two, three, and we are live. Yes. Okay. So before we starting, let me check the audio. But today we're gonna um, test in the iOS. To be honest, I test in the iOS right now. The last commit I did, but my Android on just that. Let's see how we're gonna show you changes. Because I don't think it's possible connect via cable. 1 second. Okay, so let's close here. A lot of stuff show. And something cool I want to show you is how I made a app for iOS and without using macOS. I think that's gonna be a cool stuff. Yeah, do. And also maybe we can try see if it's possible to share this screen in the iPhone. Yeah, Linux. I don't think it's possible. Right. Um, man, I just test. I'm seeing the version first time the iOS, and the connection works. The VPN works. There's some bugs here, and try disconnect and connect again. Don't see the key. Okay, now I see the keyboard. Very fast, by the way. iOS, very fast. Yeah, I want to show you, but I don't think it's gonna be possible. In my Android, it's possible to share screen. But let's see. It's possible. Use iDevice to share a screen. Yeah. And so how I did that? How I deploy to iOS without macOS? So first, you need to create the Apple account, right? You need to pay almost $100 annually. Have the Apple developer. I have I had Apple developer in the past, but because I stopped paying, I just lost the access. Account, password. Yeah, so here my account, right? And because you don't have Mac OS, you need to create the certificates and add devices and keys and all that stuff manually. But I choose to use, okay, luckily it's not completed. Otherwise I was leaking stuff. So I use Code Magic. So that's the point. So Code Magic is a very cool solution. I had another solutions to use too. I think it's Fastlane with the GitHub. Fastlane. Yeah. That's a cool one too. Tap Xcode for Fastlane. And the Fastlane is, if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of automation, like automation system for a lot of kind of stuff, including iOS, Android, etc. See here, where you can connect and run in your GitHub actions. Fastlane is the easy way to automate beta deployments and releasing your iOS and Android apps. Handle all the tedious tasks like generating screenshots, dealing with the code signing, and release your application. Maybe in the future you're gonna use that one, I don't know. But I like that one because it's a scripty, it's open source and etc. But I still need to configure some stuff, And oh, you can see they have a CA integration with the CodeMag. Nice. Maybe I'm gonna migrate later. But I was looking at one. I see the prices, and we have a lot of free here. I think it's 400 minutes. Yeah, it's yeah 500 for M2 macOS, and GitHub also has macOS machines. Um, that's something cool that the license for the macOS don't allow people to virtualize the macOS. So in Linux, you can like create have a big machine that normally Amazon does or VPS does. You have a big hardware, like my computer, for example. I have like 24 gigabytes, a lot of terabytes in space. Then I can create a lot of virtualized system or OS and charge for people for each account. So that's the normal. But because the license for macOS, Apple don't allow people to virtualize, you really need to have one hardware, one system to resell. So they have macOS 15 and 12. You just need to enable in your Google Actions that they're gonna run for free. I think it's they offer 100 minutes for public repository, something like that. And for private, you need to pay. Um, yeah, that's I was so I need to do a lot of stuff manually. Then I just go to CodeMagic, like I said. Also CodeMagic that has some features I want to test. But yeah, so here in the CodeMagic, I configure the Roamie just to do build for iOS for now. So for example, here you can see I finished the 28 version. That took 11 minutes build. They're using Mac Mini. That's the version. F10, that's the commit. They do all the process here. They generate the APA, that's like the APK for iOS. These symbols for debugging. And here I always put in release because debugging deployment don't make any sense at all because I'm using test flight. So test flight is application iOS where you can add people, be notified in each new version. And the configuration here, something to note, it's I'm triggered for tags creations using special tag creations because I'm using monorepo and I changing website, I change a lot of stuff. So it's important to that it's I can trust, right? Okay. And here, I also add some enable the cache, be more fast. I'm using Flutter, right? Put release and the building number. I don't know why automatically that's not working, so I need to put the building number here. I also document that for myself in the future. And here I put a custom script that take the build number, basically increment, because I have some problem with that. It also don't work automatically. I don't know why. Then distribution, need to enable the code signing, put it automatically. You choose in the App Store Connect API. So Apple is very confusing, like very confusing. Since the beginning, it's already like I think the last time I did something iOS was in 2018. Yeah, I think it's 7 years ago. No, it's more. I think it's 2012. Yeah, damn. Yeah, 13 years ago. And in 13 years, that didn't change. Still complex, still a lot of stuff to add, to configure, and I just showed stuff that so. But they create something called App Connect Store. App Connect Store. That makes stuff a little more easy. I don't remember that stuff exists there in the past. Oh, I need to re-invite. And yeah, so you can go in access and provide the access for Code Magic, and they're gonna create an API key for Code Magic, and the Code Magic can just do all the stuff for you. I was using development in the beginning, but then don't make too much sense for me because I cannot access the logs. Why I'm why I'm putting development if not access. And then we have ad hoc that for like you do this distribution outside the app store. That have a lot of problems with that, but it's possible. For example, you create an application that's internal for the company, and the company you have like 100 uh, employers, and when they need to use, you don't need to go to App Store, so you can use ad hoc. Then App Store for TestFly. So here I enable the connection publish, and I put the submit to TestFly beta review because I thought that I need to enable that TestFly, but that I was having errors and problems because I don't really need to do that for internal groups. Because here in what it is, it's apps test fly. Yeah, here we have the test fly. Here in test fly, you're gonna see all the versions, right? And normally when I enable there, I need to like go manually accepting the algorithms, saying if I want to distribute in France and so on. But then when I disable that option, they was able to do that automatically and also put in the internal group because I created two groups. You have the internal, you have the external. Okay. And a lot of stuff to explain. You can figure out that also with code vibe and vibe coding. I think the main part is what I'm sharing here. That configuration gonna and also you can distribute for Firebase. That's something cool because I'm already using Firebase for a lot of stuff. Like I use in the Firestore for the database. I add crash analytics to see the application getting crash. Here I some tests. And we have app distribution too. I'm already using for Android. You can see here Android at the distribution. So I thought maybe can be some good way to centralize. Let's see. For now, I'm using the test flight. But if I enable here, I think it's not. I think you can have in both places. Go to test flight and also go to Firebase. Right? Yeah. And here I can go the file. JSON. I have the JSON file here. Then I put the iOS Firebase ID and put the group. Yeah. And notifications. I have enabled notification when the publish its success. They have Slack. Who uses Slack? And you can use scripts here, post publish. So probably gonna create some script for Discord because I created Discord for us, Roamie, and to notify people about the new stuff. I created in the beginning the WhatsApp, but WhatsApp has a problem with the exposing number for people. I don't think it's cool. And yeah, Roamie, but being a community where people can share how they are using, make it much more. All right, so let me see what he said here about. Yeah, in Android search copy, I can see the screen. In iPhone, you can use UX Play, open source, sudo, AirPlay, server, AirPlay, open source. Oh, okay. How to use? All execute, control center mirror. Let's see options. I don't think it's it's hallucinating. Control center. Auto control. Screen mirror. Espelhar. So espelhar. Um, AirPlay. Okay, AirPlay. Drop. Play. Player drop. Okay. Option 2. With mobile device, USB screenshot. Okay, I can take screenshots. Right. Take screen. Okay, screenshot. It's not so bad. The create looping. If I create a lot of screenshots and LC, it's possible to streaming, right? Yeah, but UX Play should be. Okay, let's try install that. I'm afraid to expose. Change the password. All right. So if I run, nice. Thank you for exposing my MAC address. Very nice. Easy now for people. Okay, but now what? Okay, let me close project. I'm working in the Solidity project, Diamond for Gardens. Need to finish that by the way. Now I need to see. If I need it, I got control center, screen mirror. I think they have an option here. I need to be in the same Wi-Fi. swipe up, left to record. Oh, maybe that's option. Oh, I found. Oh, nice. See? Wow. Wait, I cannot see. Why it's green? Maybe need some permission. Green. I need some unlock permission. Ah, okay. Pin. Ah, okay. I need to type the pin here. IPs. Why? X. Oh, maybe it's codec. Yeah, it's very possible to. Let's see again. Close. Let's finish. Let's go verbose mode. Gonna be a lot of stuff. Hope that don't say. Okay, that's nice. Very like it. I see. Yeah, I don't think they support. Linux have some problems with the codecs for proprietary codecs, like that one. For example, I have DaVinci Resolve here, and I cannot use. Oh, okay, that I think it make more. Well, how are we gonna he gonna convert? Oh, now initialize. Here was not initialized, right? Yeah, here you can see it's not initialize the GS server. He did initialize. I don't think it's gonna works. Okay, gonna go here again. Go Pop OS. Ooh, look at that. Nice. Okay, works. 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 Damn. Oh, they're using RTC. Ah, so it's RTSP protocol. It's a normal protocol. Streaming. They did some authentication in the beginning. Just because I'm curious. Hey, rendering. Wow. Look at that. Oh, should not be sharing stuff. Probably I should not be sharing. Okay, so if I lock the screen, you can still see. That's Roamie. Nice. So here I'm using my wife account, of course. It's logo that has Maria Elena. But what I was able to do today was connect the VPN. Look at that. See, I don't want to expose. You're gonna trust me. I do stuff here. The VPN. Yeah, I even can. Here. So here in the top, you can see VPN working. And also I put some advanced settings here because, like I said, because I don't have Mac OS, the way I solved the login was sending the log inside the database. I know it's terrible for performance because the application keeps sending login the cloud. So we can disable here, and you can also force test fire log here. Cool. Here we have a current session. Okay, yeah, a current session here. And I think they have some problem with the backgrounds. Let me finish back again. And they don't have alt command here, but I'm gonna add something. See what the terminal we want. Let's open the C2. C2. Nice. And funny because I created that, but not sharing for you. I created that button here in the top, the microphone one. I click here to be able to click and send audio, right? But Apple looks like it's native. I don't need it. I can talk here. Alô, tudo bem? E você pode digitar? Ah, hey, hello. I think it's disabled. So here, I think it works. Hey, hello. Oh, yeah. Nice, thank you. Perfect. Yeah, so here you can control your cloud code by distance. I cannot edit here. Maybe ask. Okay, let me try delete here. I can. And here, now it's back. Oh, I cannot delete. Why? I can type, but I cannot delete. And ideal. Hmm. Okay, let's print screen here. And why when I click delete backspace? I think it's backspace. It's on right. It's allow me. Okay, let him fix that. Okay, so here, if you go edit, you can put start command. So we can go TA and C2. So every time you open that connection, they're gonna start up TAC2 automatically. You can see now showing the startup command there. And also you can like duplicate. That's something common you're gonna do and put another session. So that can be like website. When I click, they're gonna out connect and they're gonna type the start command and open directly inside the C1 Tmux terminal. So if you go here in C1, he's sending that custom stuff. I don't know why. Sometimes they do that, sometimes they do not. I also see that problem. And right? Oh, Silverhand. Boa noite. Testou o anti-graft cursor do Google bastante. Eu ouvi falar, mas que hora você mandou? Ah, faz 2 minutos. Ouvi falar que tá uma porcaria, mas quem falou é pessoas que estão usando Cloud Code, então é outra vibe, né? Cloud Code é isso aqui, só terminal. Quem curtiu é porque já está acostumado com Cursor, com Try, com essas outras plataformas. Só no Cloud Code, então não faz muito sentido para mim. O que eu quero testar, e eu acho que é foda, é isso aqui. BMAT Method. Tem até um vídeo aqui. Eu vou continuar em inglês, tá? Corta. Se você não estiver entendendo, aí eu volto pro português. Mas isso aqui dizem que é brabo. Eu quero implementar aqui pra ver como é que funciona. Vou deixar esse curso aqui, aliás, porque eu não tô usando agora. Tá quebrado o meu layout aqui. So, BMAT Agent Orchestration. Ele criou uma forma de potencializar cloud code, cursos, entre outros framework. Vamos dizer. É inteligente, ele aprende. Modular architecture, extend domain specific models, BMM, BMP, CZ custom. To language for collaboration, optimize collaboration with one AI partner, optimize the reflection engine. Okay, but I was explaining about Tmux, right? So the way Roamie works, it's allow you to connect via SSH, right? But to be able to sync, like for example, where am I UX? My close. Here down. So the way they sync here, for example, so if you go here, C1, and type ho, you can see they're gonna type here. And if I type here, or send the audio here, example, if I send some find a command for him to execute there, and gonna be here, right? That's all the magic for Tmux. Tmux, it's taking the credit. So Tmux is it's I don't know the right name to say. Yeah, multiplexer, right? Terminal multiplexer, and I could do all the stuff automatically, but all the Roamie spirit of Roamie, it's allow people use their own way to do, right? It's like Linux philosophy. People maybe don't like to mux, so they can change for another other stuff they want. But I'm curious if we can find some alternative that's more modern. And right, Deli J. He using by because of the tiling windows. What is calling my I think they finish after they I see now I understand. After the iPhone locks the screen, they finish the server handset. For front end, I found Antigraft very good. It can create websites with advanced animations similar to Apple's sites, but I'm considered only the final result, not the code quality. Oh, I see. You saw the Roamie.dev website. I did on and cloud code. Why is not low? I break something? Don't remember breaking something. Hmm. Okay. For Romy. Let him check. Because they have access for Vercel CLI. I think it's in Vercel. Like he was able to load the page. Anyways, the Roamie.dev, the page I made all in the cloud code, and they do a lot of cool animations, beautiful stuff. The secret, I think, was the I I I did a lot of planning and also set the philosophy, like the say this philosophy. I think it's philosophy, right? Philosophy, the vision of Roamie, because I shared the vision. He was able to extrapolate normal websites and create some cool animations with the bird, the logo. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna try Integraft later, but they they said something cool about Google. Uh, Projects that Google killed by Google. So all projects killed by Google. Google Jamboard killed 11 months ago. Tables, Chromecast, Dropcam, Podcast, King, VPN by Google. So Google has a model. Google has a model that they invest in a lot of startups. So the Capital AI, for example, has a competition. I don't remember the name now. That's invested by Google, and that's the pattern. So anti-gravity is the same. So it's some startup they invested, and they just test. They they see if that gonna works. If that don't work, they kill or they make make bigger. So Google Cache, Google Domains, Google Pixel Pass, YouTube Stories. Wait, originally YouTube Reels. Wait, you you alive? Ah, no, no, no. Yeah, that's that. He changed it. They changed stories now for how they call? I don't remember. I think it's a story. Story. Personal actions. Google Street View standalone app. Google Do. Yeah, exactly. Google Do's become another stuff. AngularJS. AngularJS. Look that list. Hangouts. Yeah. So it was Hangouts first, then Google Duo later. Dragonfly, ETM, yeah, become another stuff. They killed, but become another stuff. So I think anti-gravity gonna be the same. Like Tmux, the default key binding is much kinder to new users. When I learn in Tmux, I constantly have to Google how to do basic stuff. Okay, I want to see. I want to read stuff here. Website law. See here. Scroll up what using Tmux action. I like that. Cunningham law in action. Best way to get an answer how to do something is to claim that it cannot be done. Also, this classic bash.org. There are better alternative to Max. It's okay, but I can scroll back up when wanting to see the full directory. What's my meme? Oh, meme? Yobu. More beginner friendly front end to screen. Very different alternative to choose. Check out Twin. Twin. Okay, Zelly.dev. Okay, looks. I already like it. If that's written in Rust, a lot. Can be writing good too. Now I'm also Go developer because I create the server, the backend server, the client in Go more fast by the coding. Yeah, that's Rust. Rust is nice. In terminal, similar programs are called terminal multiplexers. And around the philosophy that one must not sacrifice simplex power, taking pride in the great experience of the box. Can out you can do personal automation through layouts. What is I like it. Nice. Hmm. Automation. Wait. Plug systems using WebAssembly. Okay, so Roamie can offer full integration with the Zelich. Hmm. Yeah, maybe I can use that one to fully deliver automation. Can be a conflict for people using Tmux? No, because Tmux people can use, they can choose. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna use that one. Okay, let's try install. Try Zealot without installing. Kidding me? You kidding me? I can use it without installing. I'm gonna download. Download. Ah, I see. You're gonna download and push and run bash. How to install? Yeah, I don't want to build. We have a Linux here. Hmm. Have no web. What's it? I don't remember. Mine is Arc 64. All right. Mine it's that one. No what's no web. That's the first release? Oh no, that's the last one. Okay, web client. This release includes the long promised web client, allowing Zelly user to start a built-in web server in order to share their existing terminal sessions in the browser, start new ones, or resurrect ones. That's very so that's they have a no web version. Web client includes built security measures enforcing it. Yes, more info in the documentation or screencast. Obtain the server will not be started except by exception. Even so, maintainers are aware some I prefer version include this capability. No web version release. Cool. So people can use web version. I wonder if that web version can be included side or Roamie. Be alternative, right? Ah, no, we have a problem there because with the app client, how they use it? Use a proxy. Or maybe they are using a proxy. Yeah, they need to provide a proxy to work. Web session. Let's see. Okay, you cannot heard in the sound.
Zellige web server, which allows us to share our sessions in the browser. Inside a Zellige session, I'm going to press Control G and O to get into session mode, and then S to start the share plugin. In this plugin, I'm going to press Enter to start the web server. And then here we can see that.
Okay, so MC already is using localhost. So you need to use also any grok.
I get a URL which contains our session name, which I can click in order to join this session.
Love it. Before starting building Roamie, I did some research how to access SSH, like he's doing here. It's not really doing, but looks like that. And then I remember that using browser for this stuff. Right. But here, maybe it's a cool
and in the
way.
browser. Then here in the browser, I can continue working and do whatever I like in this Zellige session. Let's see how to set this up. So I'm going back into the terminal. We'll close a few windows.
Okay, let's
Impart the
go.
web server. This time the token will be displayed. This is the token, and create token. Here, it revoked tokens while the web token here. Click remember me, authenticate, and here I am inside Zellige. When we go to the base URL, we are greeted with the welcome screen, which lets us create a new session, optionally by entering a name, attach to an existing session, resurrect an exited session, what we would like.
Nice.
Here, I'm going to press enter twice, and a new session with a random name, Gregarious Lake, has been started for me. Notice here that Gregarious Lake is also part of the URL. This connected here, previously exited before, accidents such as rm-rf, cargo publish, what have you, where I left off. One, as we see, some local with an SSL certificate. We mention if we share our session across the network, then we do so with an SSL certificate. We can create an SSL certificate with a tool called Mxert. There is a link to it in the tutorial below. Basically, after we installed Mxert, we do Mxert -install. We list the interfaces that we would like this certificate to be valid for and press enter. Mxert created a certificate for us and placed it in our current directory. Here is our certificate and our private key.
Right. But that's all to run in the browser locally, right?
We need to go to the Zellige configuration, and here I left these lines commented, so I'll just uncomment them. We do web server cert, point it to the path of the certificate, web server key, point it to the path of the key, and then optionally we can change the server port and IP to 0000, so it listens on all interfaces on the machine, and port 443, which is the default for HTTPS, so the URL will look nice. And I'm also going to do web server true here, so that Zellige starts the web server automatically whenever I'm going to save these. Then in the share plugin, if we press enter, then the server is online like we did. So one last thing is a personal request. I spend all of my time working on Zellige and don't have any other income. So if you would like to see me continue making this, if you like the work that I do, please consider a recurring monthly sponsorship, $5 to $10 a month, however you can. If you can afford it, it will be greatly appreciated. Link in the description below. There are Zellige stickers in it for you. Thank you very much.
Nice. Okay, we can try. I don't think we're gonna use a web client because that's what I want. But I love it, the modern way. How to sponsor? We can sponsor dollar a month. The future is terminal. A lot of sponsors. Nice. 200 sponsors. Wow. Cool. Sponsors. Criminal bandwidth utilization. Wow, a lot of stars. This guy is in the X or I my like so my phone is dead and also I don't want to share my credit card, but I think I'm gonna go more. I like the because Tmux is so old, and I cannot modify, right? It's right. I think it's right in C, and I don't know. Let me see. Tmux. Oh, yeah, it's right in C. Too old. A lot of stuff. No, no, it's too much. Too much. Imagining Vibecon did that, it's like impossible to make right. That's more feasible to. Okay, gonna install. Or gonna try without installing. Let me try. Open here. Nice. Welcome. What is new? Web client, multiple pane select, key tooltips, compact bars, stack, keybind, performance improve. Because something that I don't like about Mux, it's not a Mux problem. It's a Cloud Code problem. Cloud Code, Gemini, Cursor CLI, Crush, all that programs, they steal the keybinds. So you cannot use the keybinds inside. Maybe ZLJ solved that. Let's see. So what I want here. X is I can use mouse. And let's go Claude's resume. And let's go that one. And I need to install, right? Maybe I need to install. Now I want to test that Zilai Jessila. What? Without installing. Okay, let me try run again. Is see if they O. Control O. Control O. Session to manager. Nice. Can find. Can change. So I can do new pane or floating. Then you can disable. I like it. And yeah, Tmux can do all that stuff, but that's also beautiful and easy to remember the keys. And I need to send that command on. If I'm my phone, I just need to hide this. Now have tab. Okay. Problem paste. Paste. Let me try it. Yeah, I see some bugs in iOS. Some bugs that don't happen on Android. Share screen here. That's ZLJ side for me. Here below, you cannot see like how we're gonna use previous session switching act, act W. And yeah, I don't know if I can use control better. Control O. Yeah, definitely. Ask. Oh, I need to ask first. Okay, let me. Like I can paste. Propane. Try clean. Okay. Yeah. It's too complex, right? Install because the cloud. Normally I use TA cloud. Always start Dmux. And win. Tmux win mudou win. Time to go. Night. But yes. Here. See if they're gonna fix the error. You guys remember the error? normal. Yes, VPN works. Works. Also, I cannot send shortcut, right? Oh, as tab I can send sharing, right? Share here, like tab. Tab. Yes. Okay, Control C, it's working. Control O. Looks disabled. I don't know if you can see like the color here looks disabled. Okay. I want to solve the yeah, okay, congratulations, VPN is working. I'm already in another problem. Okay. Nice. Look at that. It's working my zoom in, zoom out fast. Here too, you can zoom out. Right, so can in and go back. And that's ugly stuff. It's because my terminal. We can clear. Okay, so return it sending. We can send space, but we cannot delete. Maybe I never use oh meme. Expose the meme. I never use Tmux. No, Tmux now it's how the name? The terminal for iOS. So I don't know how they should be. Yeah. Ah yeah, terminals for example. I don't not using terminals. He you just forgot we're doing the project. Just forgot. Okay, he said it works in Android. But return space and keys works. Control plus something similar. And something I want to do before go to, it's yeah, because for the has a CV, they redirect. I want to do the same for my CV. See how they did that. They have a link. Okay, I just need to go resume. And wait a sec. Go back here. We have they have a I got mine from him. See, and I see. Find this. So I need to share. People can comment. And because one guy, Felipe, that's owner of Doteti, Doteti, the website for oh my god, yeah. They don't have dark modes. Okay, Felipe, if you have tips, dark mode gonna be nice. They have they have that. But yeah, so you can I forgot the wording. Contratar diaristas. And he asked me how I did to avoid the Cloudflare problem not affect my website, for example. What I did was very simple. It not did not have another special, but I used the name ship here. Try hack me. Open the name shipping name. Go to no flip it. Go advanced. And here I have the all the names, not names, but my mind it's always name. I have a lot of stuff here, right? And I can add a new one that could be CV. The IP it's P. Now, because I'm using Qualify, I can, for example, let me show the HackMD alternative. I have the CodeMD. Go to go here in the service, that service. We can go edit. I just need to put the name here for the record I did. In my case, it's gonna be like CV and the port. just like that. Oh, like that. Now I want to do a redirect for the CV to the for the Google Drive. Mind is stopping. I don't need a record. Make any sense? I just need to redirect. The destination is that one. Oh, destination is that one. Unmasked or maxed or permanent. So unmasked means name you're gonna change. URL gonna change. Masked gonna keep. Unmasked gonna change. Permanent you're gonna run 301 HTTP for the server cache, and the next time never hit the endpoint again. Sorry, I think I'm sleepy and talking. I think it's that one is worth to explain. The host here, I don't remember. I think you just need to put CV. I don't remember if I need to put full here. And if I go Felipe CV, take time ever. Host. Or maybe it's strange, right? I never did the redirect before. Let's ask for clouds. Here it's another stuff for the user. Whatever. Go. Here, here, paste the right config. Is install and run zelij. Can I run right there? I can create an alias for Z because I'm lazy. Let's see. Those alias like alias Z. That's not saved. Need to save the because I'm lazy. I'm gonna ask for. As before, I can see your direct setup to creation. Priority asked. It's already working. I don't want to run a redirect inside qualify. Uh, source domain to direct type. They ask for host be or just maybe you need to put the HTTPS. I never use redirect before. Normally, I'll always use a name, CNAME. Ah, maybe because that one redirect. He he is hitting Amplify here. What's funny? Okay, it's just CV. So it's otherwise they're gonna keep in hitting. Maybe take some common conventions by provider, name shape, the CV. Some providers put the trailing dot. Ah, yeah. Some need to trailing dot in the end. And root to mine redirect use for leaving blank. Sure, check the preview example interface. We'll show the final record. And name shape. Now, anyways, that's the way I did. I have like Coolify, Pod, Got, Booking, Cushion, House, Do, Notes. So I have notes. Name ship, you should just send CV in the host, CV, docs, back record, nice domain. Others host examples is root the name, root domain, or all subdomain. I think I need to remove the all subdomain. Maybe that one is taking place before CV. And makes sense because that others it's working because also that it's going to qualify. In theory, I don't need to do all that stuff. Qualify works. So maybe just need to that one. And maybe gonna break everything. Or I'm gonna just if it's funny that it's not a gatekeeper server. Very strange, really. Yeah, maybe I need to use a record CV and then read side qualify. Very. Maybe it's the way. Very strange. Mhm. 30 minutes. Now 48. We have a website to check, right? That website allow you to check if the propagation happened. He said it's already happened here. Santa Cruz do Brazil too. Is that for use in S? That's more precise. Wait, but right. Oh, that's the right IP because that's the Google IP. Can be cache problem. Works. Yeah. So that's not working here because what's very strange, right? Because boom, not gonna work. Document. Holy cache. Wait. He keeping getting the server address. Normally, when you go clear cache, like Control F5, I did twice. Cleaning, but clean everything. Not click. Go disable, eh? Even disable. I'm gonna ignore working in the private. Maybe it's gonna work in Google Chrome. What is bothering me, it's the HTTP. Yeah, it's just okay. Just need to see. Sometimes to clean the cache, you need to close the browser and open it. And can I do that? I need. I don't. Oh, I clean. Oh, they clean all the cache. It means my phone is dead. Now I'm gonna lost access for. Oh my goodness. For WhatsApp. Tell me that's logged. Tell me. Okay, that's okay. That's a good. CV. Okay. Ah, really? Damn. Plugging everything now. Yeah, I'm gonna log in it. Why they clean all this stuff? They clean everything, but even my GitHub. Yeah, so the I want to use that one. I don't know how
Olá a
to.
todos,
What's
aqui é o
Portuguese?
Brian e bem-vindos ao BMA-Decode. Que semana incrível foi essa na tecnologia, com lançamentos incríveis do Google, Anthropic e
OpenAI. Sonnet 4.0 came out, but there's one other game changer that came out earlier this week that probably flew under everybody's radar, and that is the BMAT agent is live and ready for action. So I'm going to be sharing with you all the coding, but you get so far.
Okay, so let's try understand that.
And we just talked about all of the problems that you run into. So from vibe coding, I started using a lot of cursor rules, and I started to learn that you can create documents that help keep your agents on the rail. And it was still fragile and it was unoptimized. So I came up with the idea of creating agile personas that work as custom modes. There was issues with the V1 method, one of them being each agent was hard-coded to the task at hand, and it was very hard to optimize them and customize them as people would like to do. So V2 was really about four main things: optimizing and utilizing the web, taking a lot of the work of building this planning out of the IDE, saving so much time, effort, and money, taking the power of deep research from the web to really investigate better ways of doing things. But the two key innovations in V2, I think, were checklists and templates. By having templates, we can now define exactly what our PRD architecture would look like in a separate file. We were not having to modify the agent because we had a separate template file. And also the agents were trained to work section by section. So the agents work with us, explaining to us, working back and forth with us to produce really clear documents. But still, V2 was complex in that it was difficult to set up all of these agents, and there was challenges with each different IDE and web platform. If you wanted to use some of my larger agents that worked really well in Gemini Gems, it might not work in the custom GPT without drastically reducing the file. So that's why we led to version 3. Version 3 fully optimized this so you would not have to have these bloated files that you would upload and create. Instead, the agent files themselves and the agent definitions got smaller, and they got optimized by uploading separate files to augment them. And now they work perfectly with Gemini Gems and ChatGPT. But the other big innovation of V3 is full customization and a new Uber AI orchestration agent I call the BMAT agent, which is really the most exciting thing that I have seen in a long time. The BMAT agent really is your ultimate AI orchestration partner. This BMAT agent coordinates as your method coach, and it organizes your whole entire AI agile team, dynamically adapting to become the one agile agent that you need right now. Product manager, scrum master, EO. And you can also define those agents now in V3 to have the exact tasks that you want them to have. But how do we really get from idea to implementation with the full agent flow in the BMAD method?
Okay, that one is the V3 version. They are already V6. Nice. It's be mad because it's build more architecture. PCs is massive upgrade from V4. Great architecture overall, scale adaptive, intelligence, flow, powerful core. There's this changes everything. Anthony VCs. Scale adaptive intelligence. Adjustment for bugs fixed to all workflows. Beautiful CVGs for going complete methodology. Add workflows. Add builder model. Free one agent flows. Okay, but for V4, read guides. Yeah, that's why it's important to understand the V3.
If you have a seed of an idea, maybe you want to get something out in the market and you're not exactly sure what it is, you're going to first talk to the BMAT agent, and the BMAT agent is going to suggest that you do brainstorming with the business analyst coach. It is going to help you form it into a conceptual product brief, but it's also going to help you do deep research if you want. It is going to help you look for competition, see what they're doing, look for competing products or just similar products to maybe help you figure out what is unique about your idea so you can get something out in the market that is truly interesting and then hand that off to the product manager. Now, if you're using the power of Gemini 2.5 in the web, which I highly recommend, you can run most of these agents now all in the same chat thread. You no longer have to export a document, re-import it into a new chat, elicit and define a beautiful product requirements document that is going to have all the right
Okay. I think that one is already done. A lot of agents, all the flow. It's on us.
More, instead of just having the roles tied to what actions they can do, we've now split out the personas and can help you master. So all you got to do is clone and install. This is going to work in Cursor, Windsurf, Roo, Klein, Copilot. But more importantly, this works great with Gemini Gems and ChatGPT's custom GPTs. I highly recommend the Gemini Gems. And
The fuck is Gemini Gem? Oh, I see. Okay, let's see the more recent video. The login again. Oh boy. Boy. Really? MC Lamy. And I should not. I activate something. No, not because. Not. No, thank you. Let me. Yeah, so here, Cloud Code. That's 3 months, 3 months, that's 1 month. Okay, that's I think it would.
everybody, my name is Brian. People call me BMed. You know, I've been an engineer in the software engineering space for over 25 years, and it's just
25. Oh, sometime it
crazy now in this past year or two how fast things are changing. Just since my last video 2 weeks ago, another new hot term came out. If you remember my last video, I was talking about how the newest trend was context engineering. and how that was possibly invalidating the BMAD method, but it actually turned out to be context engineering was just another name for something we have been doing for the last 3 or 4 months with the BMAD method. And now that's all changed again, because now the hottest new thing is spec engineering. So we're going to be looking at what spec engineering is and see if
I know spec engineering.
that is a replacement for the BMAD
I heard about.
method. But first, I got to give a big shout out to Hamza over at AI Labs for also, in this last few weeks, while everything else crazy is going on in the industry, plucked out and noticed the BMAD method and how impactful it is. He did a video on the BMAD method, and that brought
The Agile IDE. Agile code is here. AI Labs.
a lot of you over here. So if you are here because you heard about this on Hamza's channel over at AI Labs, I want to thank you and welcome you to this open and welcoming community. I just wanted to give a huge shout out and thank you again to Hamza. Now, if you pay attention to the changes every week, you're going to think what you're doing is obsolete. You know, the BMAD method, we started this a few months ago. It's been going strong. It's been improving, and there's a great community behind it building it up. And a few weeks ago, we heard about context engineering, and we realized, what was that? That's exactly what we've been doing with the can stay on the rail, making things up and just spec engineering to the world, or spec-driven development. Last week, another new tool came out, Kiro Code.
Hero.
And Kiro Code introduced spec engineering to the world, or spec-driven development. When
Go from vibe code to viable code.
I heard that, I thought they were releasing a TDD tool, but it turns out they were talking about specifications. What are specifications? They're blueprints. You might call them a product requirements document or an architecture document. This sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Well, it does, because again, another new thing disrupting the industry, brand new, is something we have been doing for months called the BMAD method. It's so exciting and so validating to know that we are all using this amazing framework, thought framework, to do agile-driven development. And basically, the big companies like AWS are now validating what we've been doing all over here. Something where you can just throw out your idea and have it spit out your golden app at the end. The BMAD method, honestly, is not going to be for you. What is the BMAD method? It's a framework of multiple agents that can help you every step of the way, from just a seed of an idea all the way to product delivery. It starts with brainstorming. Maybe you don't even know what you want to do. Techniques baked into the agent framework to work with you back and forth. You really are working together. That's why there is, as a team, to
I think BMAD's perfect for Roamie.
produce something wholly.
No, let's gonna try that one.
Produce your PRD, plate, output, or a form. These templates that are built into the BMAD method are infused with agentic instructions to program the AI to work with you and actually ask you for information or brainstorm back and forth with you every step of the way. It also implements advanced elicitation. So as you're completing different sections of the documents, you don't have to just take the average generic thing that the agent gives you at that time. Because if you just take always what the LLM tells you on the first go around, no matter what you're doing with the LLMs or these agents, you're going to get sometimes just an average response. You can tell it to think harder, and it might give you a little bit better answer, but you're still getting kind of average responses. So what we built in is an advanced prompting technique called advanced elicitation, which is actually broken down to about 30 different techniques that you can use with different sections of the documents that you're working on to push the agents to think harder, to brainstorm, to come up with alternatives, to simulate multiple personalities, hashing it out, to do what if analysis, yes and analysis. There's, like I said, 20 or 30 different techniques in there. They're built in. They will all be pulled out and used at the right time. And you can use that to further push the LLM to give you amazing results. So beyond that, though, what else does the BMAD method offer? Well, it offers expansion packs. As a matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to Pinky D, one of the first contributors of an expansion pack from the community. It is a Unity 2D game framework. So you can take this expansion pack, and if you want to use Unity and build a 2D game, this will apply the BMed method with its own suite of agents for you. His name is Emmanuel. So the BMed method, you can use it in Gemini helping the greenfield. Come to the community, hash it out. So many people are sharing great techniques and ideas that it can really be a game changer for you. So thank you to everybody in the community. And I just want to say here, we are at now almost 7,500 subscribers.
Last video,
With the alpha. Hey, everybody.
they have the Discord. Brazil. Oh, a lot of Brazilians. Wait, we have more Brazilian than any country? IB coders. Yeah. Tips for TD SNG. Is front end redesign. I have discovered BMAD and made a big front redesign project. I'm so big, 2,000 break changes that I have made a new product. So I have a big old. I tried something to stop back to my adopting. I have tried something up to for BMAD correct by adopting wrong method. Create a BRD in a vector file. I provide Gemini the old code base and provide some requirements. Unsure if that's how to compare. Guys, git ignore the cloud that I mentioned. Guys, I do not person git ignores. Hmm. Okay, cloud code. It's Claude's create a PDR product requirement document. Help.
Today, my friends, is a celebration. Thank you so much for joining me. We are celebrating almost 6 months since V1 of the BMAD method released. 20,000 people have subscribed to the channel, nearly 18,000 stars on GitHub, and this project is still in its infancy. It is growing bigger and faster thanks to many of you in the community. 2 months ago, I released the V4 masterclass of the BMAD method, and over 100,000 people have watched and have started using the BMAD method. Since this came out, I have had the opportunity to meet so many of you in the community Discord. The community around the BMAD method is amazing. I welcome you to join. It's a helpful, inclusive community where we're learning and growing from each other. It's totally free, and you can get all the help and support you need in using the BMAD method. But in 6 months, a lot has changed. We have gone through 4 major versions. I and the community have been hard at work on what was going to be V5, but now I am proud to announce is out in alpha, the V6 version of the BMAD method. The BMAD method is bigger and stronger than ever, and it is evolving as fast as the agentic tooling landscape is. So thank you everybody that has joined this revolution. We to help.
Right. Coffee.
And prompt engineering to another level that nobody was doing 6 months ago. Started as a simple way to do agentic AI flows from product ideation through having your developer agents implement the code. We pioneered context engineering and prompt engineering to another level that nobody was doing 6 months ago. When people were still trying to just do basic vibe coding, we were already ahead of the curve. Over the 6 months in multiple versions, I've learned a lot. And one of the biggest issues was with V4 was that it was not clear how to use it necessarily with Brownfield. And it was not, which is an existing project or an existing code base. And also, it seemed like it was very one size fits all. Since the
Brown. No. Thing. Here. Oh. Brownfield guide. Understand the brownfield development. Brownfield development refers to work with existing software product that require understanding code respective and ensuring new changes integrate without breaking existing functionality. Practice with greenfield projects where you start from scratch. When to use for brownfield project. It should be considered for you need to add significant new features, modernize, blah blah blah, fix bugs. Best practice for start with documentation. Before making any changes, run the document project tasks on architecture engine to capture the current state. It's critical because the AI engine needs this context to understand it could be discovered undocumented patterns. Choose your approach. There are 2 main approaches. PRD first, recommended for large changes. Find requirements first, then document only relevant areas from the more efficient avoid document. Document first for smaller projects. Document the entire system first. Create a PDR, full context, it's more true. For PRD first or recommended. Define requirements. Use the PM agent, but create brownfield to create a focus that identify which parts of your code base need documentations. Okay, understand. Validate planning artifact. Use the they're gonna use automatically for use the PO agent with execute checklist PO to ensure compatibility with existing system and identify any break changes. Save in shard documents. Save your PRD in architecture documents. Use PRD to shard and with respect existing patterns. Design to identify coding conventions. Plan to gradual rollout. I can understand. I wonder why I cannot self-interrogate the repo and then build a knowledge graph. Taking time to report the error. For the procedure feedback. Release VCs which represent a major evolution. Significant changes in party transition. We are closing older related issues. During using this, please free to open. So BMADs installation directory. Oh, wait. Let's install here. Let's install here. Yes. Give the core settings for the installation. These settings will be used across all modules and agents. What's the root for installation? What shall the agent call you? Or you who? Me? Okay. English. English period. Prefer document output language. Document. Where should AI generate artifacts to be saved across all modules? All user documentation optimize agent intelligence. All user documentation and optimize agent intelligence. Each select module docs folders. Select module to install. Agent workflow module builder. Game development. PMM. Met Agile AI driven development. C is create innovative suite. Oh my goodness. That's the default. I don't know. Add core. Method. Builder. Discovery, yes. Brainstorm, research, product brief. PRD, validate, has UI, yes. Create UX, epic stories, test design, validate arc, implementation readiness, architecture, sprint planning, epic cycle, context, validation, story loop. Get started. Complete the method or flow showing all phases agent decision. Get started in 3 steps. All. Initialize. Wait. Load any agent in your DI and run. Analyze your project and recommend the right of flow track. Choose your track. Quick flow, bug fix a small feature. Expect time to start. Add method, product platforms. Feature. Enterprise. Sure, run init and let another project go. How it works. 4-phase methodology. analysis, planning, solution implementation. Meet your team. Developer, UX tech writer, architecture, tester, architecture, game architecture, PM analyst, designer, deep scrum. Here. BMMM, Flat Agile Development Framework, 12 specialized agents for phases, scale adaptive planning. BMB Builder, create custom agents from simple agent to complex models, create domain-specific legal, medicine, finance, education, create intelligent suites, innovation in problem solving, brainstorming, design thinking, storytelling. So I want to BMM. Yeah, that's the default. Select the tools to configure out codes. Oh, a space. Damn. Okay, just Cloud Code. What's the title of your project you'll be working on? Oh my goodness. Roamie? What's the technical experience level? This affects how agents explain concept to you, not document content. Documents are always concise for LLM efficiency. I'm an expert. Direct it technical. Where should sprint artifact be stored? Sprint status, story context, temp. Enable test CP capabilities. No. Okay. So let's see. He created a lot of agents. They install the module. They configure one IDE. ID documentation copied. Running model specifics. And installation here. Tools ready. Thank you helping testing early beta beautiful beautiful readme. Where is the cloud code? So activating agents. BMA agents are installed as slash commands in cloud commands bmad. How to use? Type bmad agent name. Press enter to activate. BMM agents dev. And notes. Command R autocomplete with your type. Agent remain active in for conversation. Start any conversation for agents. Okay, get started. New project. Here, load analyst load analyst agent in your IDE in run. Okay, now I understand. So if I go here, no, not here, here, open cloud again, open clean call. Let's see if we have C slash commands B map agents. We don't have agents. Not need to load analyst. Document your code base first. document code. Then, but that's also always the running the analyst. And okay, let's copy that. I was trying to type, but let's use AI to understand how. I help you trust troubleshoot by slash command. Move. Okay, we have docs. We have a brownfield guide for working with existing code base. In time, 5 minutes. Get it started. Yeah, when you run neat, but it's assuming that's already agent's guide. All agents, roles, or close collaboration. Here's all the agents. And he see the workflows, how they communicate. Analysts are gonna use that one, Mary. I know that's a business, right? We have a business analysts. It's only when to use. Ah, yes. So primary phase one, workflows. Closing it here. Expertise. And that's it's Sona. Oh, hyper compliance. Wow, that's enterprise stuff. Advanced stuff. Okay. Use how to use.
BMed released, there's been Kiro code from AWS that's come out, and GitHub has released their own spec engineering. There's also a lot of other ones out there, right? But they're all targeted towards very small projects. One of the key introductions with V6 is we will now be scale adaptive. What does that mean? Well, when you talk to the agent at the beginning of the workflow, it's going to figure out the size and scope of your project and what your real ambition is. Are you trying to build a huge enterprise, multi-service, microservice distributed architecture, or are you trying to patch a band-aid onto an existing project? The BMAD method with V6 is going to scale, adapt, and this is the first framework to do that, to your specific needs. And based on that, it'll put you through different workflows, whether you need to do a heavyweight PR.
Okay, so he install the command // command inside the folder for the project. That's why. So I need to install that inside the Roamie. Right. Yeah, then I can access. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I don't want to install again, but maybe it's correct to. Okay, let's install again. Then let's delete the bmed. Oh, it's invisible. Then we're gonna delete that one later. Let's go here. So we have a problem here with that project, because that's no monorepo. That's something we need to fix first, right? Maybe I'm gonna let him figure out that. So let's install. Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna figure out. eBay. English docs. Here, out code. So for space, you're gonna, okay, let's go codex 2 and cursor 2. Why not? Right? Wow, they have also crush in Gemini. Damn. Okay, let's go simple. So the title for the project, it's Roamie X Lodi former. Important because I need to do some refactor. Should be Roamie.dev, but as I am expert. So intermediate, familiar with the development, balance explanation with the efficiency. No, I am. Enable test, no. Nice. Okay, now we can go open Claude and call the analyst, right? So looks right. Perfect. Activation Mary. Hello, Felipe. I'm Mary. It's in my menu. Start a new sequence workflow. Check workflow status and get recommendations. Yeah, I will. Init. Okay, looks promising. BMed looks promising. Choice. Initialize a new path. Okay, it's open the workflow in core tasks. Let's see. It's not the same folder. Maybe I need to. Yeah, let's open. Let's go here. Let's close. Oh, from me now. Let's go close all. Fast. Here gonna be BMADs, workflows, configuration, no, brainstorm. I don't know what. Okay, so he starts open the tasks, BMAD core tasks. I did it, okay, or task work. Here we have a task called execute your workflow. Objective, execute a given workflow by loading this configuration, follow instruction, output. LLM read code true. Mandate always read files, never use offset limiting instruction or mandatory. Execute all steps in instruction that order. Save the templates. Workflow rules. Call. Rule number 1. Obey all humans. Steps executed in exact order. Flow. Flow step number 1. Load initialize workflow. Read, load, resolve. Sub steps. Okay, very complex. Then they load workflow status init, instruction, status templates, initialize, scan, welcome. My performer, scan result, code base detected, Flutter project with substantial data, docs folder, contain technical documentation, iOS, distribution, print artifacts folder. Exists but empty. VM artifact, unfound, no peer directory or epic stores. Workflow tracking, status, product state, legacy. You have existing code base. Roamie break free coding anywhere, but no BBM planning is the perfect setting to structure the workflow. May form include VMM, big shows Roamie. Firm the name of new one. Yes. It's Roamie.dev. Let's see if you're gonna understand. I don't see planing. I don't know if I can use planing here. Keeping accept. Or yeah, like keep here. Roamie.dev as official project name can handle the legacy reference as cleanup task later. Template output checkpoint project. Save to advanced solicitation, continuing, part mode, YOLO to rest. Your choice. I think it's continue, right? What is part mode? Step 2, choose setup path. On this existing work, documentation. Like to proceed to continue work with existing artifacts, document first, archive storage fresh, move, archive, express setup, need, right setup. Me through option. I think it's archive start fresh. I have some important stuff in the documentation already for the distribution. Perfect. I can see your code base from Roamie. But I'll have to hear directly for you. Tell me about your working with the For example, the new functionality bug is prepared for major release, something else. I want to show the documentations, select application, and a lot of stuff. Any center. I think gonna be a lot of discussion. Harry, how we present this. Roamie goes for third app iOS with plus client server, right? And go in another they was up to use VPN start also client server client alternative to go it's allow developers access is how I'll type not that like easily access modules cloud code or other like it's a lot of stuff but they're gonna take from the document. She wants more business stuff. I want to make sure she understands. So through vision, center, sure. Yeah, okay, that's a clear field, brown field. Code has outpaced documentation, nice. Your goal, align docs, like before. See your code, are you modifying? So she's gonna ask for server, right? So let me take the path. Here, connect, logout, login, new user, connect, login, new. Logout, login, new user, connect. Out. Code. User. There. Here I think I go. I'm gonna wait. I'm close that. We go here for the. We're gonna put backspace in the terminal toolbar. Kind of annoying. Like that solution. Closed. Let's close. That's the BMAD, old BMAP. Here we have. Oh, here we have the. That we can do. Can close here. Gonna change the workflow status. So they call multi-component developer freedom platform Flutter app go from only to tooling edition. It's all right. Okay, enable developer settings. That's okay. No, it's not okay. Not evolved and on to already. Will be okay. I'm gonna enable the planning. Go continue, right? Yeah, I think I understand the idea here. He have a workflow status. Documentations have the track progress through methodology analysis, planning phase, implemented phase, track status. That's two way to save status. Yeah, I think they're gonna be very efficient. Okay, select track. By the way, your project, you have your planning. Here you have planning options. So minimum planning strategy code. BMAT method recommended. Full planning as for enterprise. Simple for bug. Agent enterprise. Method security DevOps testing. We should be always be enterprise, right? Will be met. Product platform compatibility the agent. Because we have DevOps security. And we need testing. I just have a fear. If I go like enterprise, that can be too much. That's in the filter, right? So let's go 2 for now. Also, that's beta, right? Maybe in the enterprise can be too much. Can have a loopings problem. With output check track. Discovery step 6. Discover workflow selection. Optional. Discover workflows can help dev in planning. Unknown. Wait, product brief request false. Okay, we're gonna go to Brownfield now. Important note for Brownfield. Brownfields like yours, it's highly recommended to run the document project workflow first. This workflow analyzes your code base and but how I okay, document project here. He adds document project here. Workflow. You're gonna audit the planning, the validate, the create design. I know I need design. Okay. Okay, that's the workflow. Fired. Product requirement documents. Validate optional, UX conditional. Phase 2 solutional. Architect recommended. Prevent agents confusion. Epics required. Test design. Validate it. Implemented. Checked. Ready. This looks good. Take some time to get used. It is exist product analyst. That's me. Month. It's matter. I need to run the comment. Run the comment. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Okay. Back. Ready to begin. Next step: workflow agent comment document. Back product anytime. So I can run anytime workflow status. Any be agent to see where you are next. So to see that stuff. Start. Okay. Ready to document your project. You can return to the main menu. It come back only. And document. Can I do that? I think go documents. Return to main menu. We're gonna have running background. Much tokens stuff is. Cannot see. Without to. Okay, a bug, right? Look. No. Okay. Right. Finish. Perfect. All components loaded. Validate. Check usability. Full project scan. Initial scan mode. No documentation required. The workflow is comprehensive into your project. The types, columns, at the scan. Documentation requires or loaded. Fresh start initial load all. Tab 06. Select scan the deep level. Quick, deep, exhaustive scan. Read all source files in the project. Scan every source. Best for complete analysis. Migration plane, detailed audit, file reading, complete all source. These files in critical directories based on the project type. All critical path from document environment. Best for complete. That or that one. Read all source files in the project. I think it's too much. Number 2. Read another file called project scan report. For who don't know how the agents slash command. Basically, Cloud. Cloud commands, agent, analyst. The agents, I think it's the slash command. It's missing something here. What's fully embodied this agent for? They follow full activation structure as break character text command. Load the full agent file from analyst. Read entire contents. Agent. Wait a second. Please call it raw. PMM. Workflow. They have paths, methods. Excellent choice. Go sleep. Tomorrow. The gym. It's holiday. Today it's holiday. Ciencia Negra. Because of that. Oh, Lucas here. The best. Ah, muchacho. See you. I just saw now. Login. Muchacho, muchacho. Lucas, it's in Argentina. Argentina. Dev Connect. Very cool stuff. Okay, enter, press enter, choose default. I type enter. It didn't work. Beta, right? Beta. Okay, they're gonna okay, it's using find. Who's FD instead? That's something we don't know about. Yes, find as by specified in your preference. Because FD, it's a find version right in Rust. It's much fast. I don't burn my CPU. See how fast is it? In the projects, I detect two distinct parts: primary and land page secondary. Mood part. Classify this project as structure mood part repository. Also, we have in Roamie.dev folder that branch or I'm gonna go in plain mode. Let's see if the plain mode is ignored because we are using agents. Or if you're gonna be confusing. I think they're gonna be ignoring. Yeah, they ignore. Got it. So you have a Git org trees for different branches. Nice. Classification. Mood part products. We also have select the Go server and client. I should I think it should be putting all the same. Yeah, maybe stop. But the problem is the Git. It's the Git, right? Git is different by the Git. Good situation. Options 1. Point footer app only. Entire repository. Hybrid. Document footer now. Run separate docs workflows for Go later. Link them together with cross reference. My recommendation. This is Go code and run document workflow. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna finish that, but I think I'm gonna need to manually or asking for Claude without that agent integrate all stuff for me in one repository. Then I publish the repository correctly. I need to reconfigure. No, I don't need to reconfigure. I'm gonna take the Go server, Roamie, Ah, Roamie VPN. Yeah. Okay. Huh. Step 2. So it is changing the JSON, and they have extraction to know what step this. However, existing it's very slow compared to Cloud Code normally. You like start building, featuring, fixing stuff. But I think in that way you're gonna have always visible steps, more control. Excellent. I found substantially existing documents. Yeah. A lot of documents, a lot of old documents too. Date. Are any other important or key areas I should focus on? Projects? Could be the server. Oh, shit. Type foreign, foreign. How I take back foreground? Goodness. FG foreground. Oof. You could see the server, our client implementation. Okay, cool. Mobile branding. That's not mobile. For the web. Good point. Okay, he keep insisting and go not cross repository. Maybe we should respect because maybe they cannot work. Done. Step 3. Gonna ask me. Step 2, they completed the time. If you go for doc status, see here the initial parts. second part. We put Fs. Now it's analyzing the technology. So they see the framework. They see a lot of stuff. Gets what Next.js feature deployment builds automatic CI for REST, Firebase, Android, Versa, automatic conditional analysis based on the type. Keeps them active. Now it finds crucial. Based on that, I analyze matches one folder at a time, generate individual documentation files as factor, did progress after each is low by is at right. All right, deep analysis. Yeah, because that's all information based on. Now they're gonna check if the folders are really in something document. Found that model process. Cool. He created a to-dos here. Step 4. Go to step 4. In workflows. Document project. Then flows. Deep dive. Instructions. Step in 30. What is that? Instruction. Okay. Here. Step 4. So step 4. Go update status. Check if stats file found bulk workflow path. Param dates action. How they understand the workflows be old. That one, right? Mode date action complete workflow. Workflow name document. Oh, init. No, it should be instructions. Yeah. Here we don't see the mode, but here we see that's the workflow. Step 0. Check with mode. Check for mode parameter passed by calling workflow. The full mode interactive. how they call invoke. I think he's read the file. I think check if success do. That's updated. Okay, he's analyzing a lot of stuff here. API integrations pattern. Good API pattern identified. Writing the API contract documentation. Give the progress remaking budget. Let me show counting for token. Date management pattern. Perfect. Summary gather. Providers 11 screens. Widget. Now generated maps and overview. Project overview. Nice. He did the first device sync. Okay, really, really nice. That found stuff moments anymore. G framework. Authentication flow. Firebase mobile app. Mail Firebase UI. No UID. Mail. Future roadmaps. Based on the docs. As alternative application system improved sync. Background session improvement. Advanced testing. Technical debt. Great to get DPS, yes. Need to migrate. Implement refresh token. That's already there. Add sockets for real-time updates. I think it's gonna be nice if we have, but we're gonna need to have more control for certificate. Search for new developers. Okay. Deleted. Surface. Next require workflow, product requirement document. Find a new feature changes for I'll choose the document point the appear your docs X UI reference project or view for options API. Remember that? API control data changes. Or create your review. AI the docs index kinda the same size. See if he picks. Wait, why using HTTPS? And I need to backend integration. Oh, status. Easy one, planning. Okay. I think I need to planning some fixes. Right? So something for is email. Okay, I think it's very promising. I love it. The way he created the document. I want to run the same the Google server, but I think the right approach maybe it's not in the story. Files updated. Go to status now. Before best practice. And your view AI agents box backend integration. Go next step. Wait. So documentation was completed. Now the planning, the next. Functioning. Find new features, changes to the next. chat. Start a new chat or running the. They say new chat. It's clean, right? Because that was built for Gemini Gems or ChatGPT. Okay, what was it required? Start workflow, define features, events, to full status, exits. Okay, let's go exits. Okay, exit. Not expecting. All again. Go PM. John here, your product manager. I can help you. Workflow init again. Oh, party mode. Bring the whole team in the chat with other experts for create the process feature flow solid raw. Awesome. Why? Question to make sure we're building things right. Nice. Start a new sequence workflow path. Check work status to get recommendations. Oh. Oh, number 2. Maybe I need to run init. Okay, but he can do a lot of good stuff here. Tech spec. Validate technical specification. Okay. Okay, let's finish it here. It install here. Python. Remember run with that. Right. Here it is. We can clear. Here. Start. I put here. Work. View full status. Okay, I think exit. I think I need to go party mode. I need to go party mode and see who can fix bug for. party mode. That. They have an agent manifests. Nice. Now we have the whole team to a meeting now. We have the workflow orchestrator, we have the business, the Harry Wisdom architect, Amelia as the developer, senior, John as product manager, Bobby Scrum Master. We have the Murat, test architect, Page technical writer, the UX seller. Why do you like to discuss with the team? Okay. Okay. I have some bug. There. iOS. And I try specs. I just delete. That's gonna be funny. That's gonna be very, very funny. They're gonna run one an agent to decide who can take answer. They all answer. Look at that. Amelia said, backspace not deleting iOS terminal view. Amelia said senior. Check terminal widgets. iOS keys. What terminal vector terms? Follow that architect. Feel like a platform channel issue for iOS key. Space send different code on rat tester. Critical bug. Text editing or UX. His high likely fine on based on your description question. Right? Let's go. It file path. Amelia Hills. Amelia. Oh, Amelia again. Oh. Wait, Amelia again? Ah. File path to terminal station likely candidates. Code. Oh, calm down, Amelia. Yeah. The keyboard it's full. We don't have custom, I think. And the custom that we have, for example, for control hold E work control works also as I'm talking the iOS because right let's see. It's cool that only the important guys are in the meeting. It's gonna be very nice if you can imagine that they can really talk. And I know some Amelia pattern emerging. Gene ask works facing handle opportunity built very custom listen ask work pipeline self terminal expect here the keyboard it's not hold up first say Sally first saying developers can even backspace to software for or code from anywhere. Experience. It's priority. Every developer expects backspace to just work. Sally. Very funny, Sally. Murat. Test isolation strategy. Does backspace work? Another text field in the OS? Or this terminal is specific? Tell us if terminal. Exactly. Thank you, Murat. Amelia, show me one custom keyboard widget file. Two. That's the Murat tester guy guide us. Case he wants to see if here. Yeah. So Murat, I can use the backspace only in my text have not the terminal. I think it's start. Check. I think Sally gonna step out. Yeah, I think Murat. Yeah, Mary now. Murat, perfect solution. From a text field, problems 100% terminal with the get key. Mental handle. Risk narrowed to terminal. Amelia Dart and Dart are likely. Check pubs depends also. Next term. Anytime spec or I found it. Amelia, it's crazy. Don't make sense. Terminal it don't use standard. Intercept raw. Usually. Alright, let's get the facts straight. The actual text stack is better because text have thing blob. Can I find go ahead. Let's see if Amelia can take control or if I open agent. Oh my goodness. On it. Oh my. Found it. You gonna keep the conversation with me? With the party? Keyboard at 3D implementation now. SBS button works. That's not a problem. Now screen capturing. iOS keyboard. Terminal screen. What? You really find the problem? Found it. The handles buttons turn. Oh. Maybe iOS keyboard events hitting Fox getting in our operation there. Winston. The problem is architecture. You have a Fox wrapping the entire goodness. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Oh my. That's very cool. Have a Fox with the get wrapping the entire scaffold with a key handler that's so that bug I introduced was because I was like confused, right? To add a lot of stuff together without thinking how we're gonna add. So Winston here is the architect. He has the mindset to see, hey, how calm down. Let's see how we're gonna implement that first. And normally in the planning I do that, but I think because I'm working in a lot of back and forth like Flutter, iOS, Android, and Go, cloud code can be easily confused without proper checking. And I could check in that talking, but have that automatically, it's much. It's easy to create an agent to do that too, but very nice. That's a pure value. I'm gonna print screen. I'm recording, right? But I'm gonna print screen anyway. And that one. And they on it. There. All right. So Murat, test confirm isolation. Put more text through works. Bar boot works. A native keyboard and face root cause. Ignore the line. Text. Change for text input. Fix modify handler after volume checks. Capture keys and example. For the input to the character. So, but letters works. Space works. That's something. Yeah, but they wait. Letters works. Space works. Then ignoring my previous analysis. Input is reaching terminal. Now the Fox blocking. Now not code. Critical data point. Pattern. Simple correct works. Some research time. Reported iOS keyboard issues. Check GitHub issues. Change logs. If not bug, I have a new version of round. Checking external. Can we disable interceptions to make sure that if the external package smart isolation strategy? Thank you. Focus wrapper test backspace is still broken, but if fix interception, quick test. Change to move lines. Keep volume button. Exception hot reload test. Backspace works after removing focus. Then our underlay interception. Make it. Can test how to roots. Yes. Yeah. The fix professional way does way time and the distribution tag law. So to finish the live, let's see if the party he could they could like research, but I don't think it works because maybe us break stuff. Let's see first of focus. That volume button never works. Volume button. No. Wisdom trade-off. Volume button header scrolling. Now disabled. Volume service right still works. Backspace works. Focus was add back smart. Bob. Fact as Bob just appeared in the chat. Who's Bob? Take the print party. So Bob is the Scrum Master. Story preparation specialist. Bob said, iOS native terminal, no interception. Hardware keyboard volume button scrolling lost. Android volume buttons via change. Toolbar and change. Amelia, next. Build iOS distribution. Big tech for Magic. What version? John. Product manager. Good version is 01. For dev build testing, suggest 001 dev 1. Semantic path bump for bug fix. Dev tag for testing. The guys are crazy. The volume work never works before. That it's deep. And are using dev change and later. Yeah, because it's like dev internally. I want to keep it bump. Ella, latest then create tag now. Ella, I change the names for the agents. Bob, clean commit message box. Bob helping. Ella, done. Tag, pushing. Okay, that's done today. Remember the website the guys show that's AI with the face. Okay. So summary of changes. Working terminal, cause, solution, build. What's the solution? Next step, Felipe. Immediate tag, building, wait, oh. Right. Test plan when to build ready. Open the terminal, type some time. Test 1. Press backspace, shoot to delete. Try Control Hold, still fine, still works. Report back. Works, problem solved. Still broken, need to investigate. Build status ETA for the second testing. Damn. A team. I go like video. Ah, look at me. Building. Yeah, of course. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm gonna flip and I'm gonna finish that. So thank you for was here, pass here, and it's time.